seems like more stable weather today. Lots of people outside again too. And what's going on today? I guess with outside, you'd want to fly a drone, I guess, during weathers like these. But how about in some parts of the world where in these cases, these drones are being used to, I guess you could say, attack people. It says Israeli police used drone to fire tear gas grenades in Temple Mount clashes. Over 50 Palestinians were wounded, 26 of which were suffered from gas inhalation. 15 were evacuated to hospitals with 3 in serious condition. Police sources criticize use of tear gas grenades. So what happened? It says Israel police used a drone to fire tear gas grenades at the Temple Mount on Friday to quell rioting following afternoon prayers, which were attended by thousands of Palestinian worshippers. According to the Palestinian Red Crescent, 57 Palestinians were wounded and treated at the scene, 26 of which were suffering from gas inhalation. 14 Palestinians were evacuated to hospitals, 12 in moderate condition and 2 in serious condition. Police sources criticized the use of tear gas grenades near large crowds. According to one of the sources, using a drone to fire tear gas grenades results in many uninvolved casualties, including women and children. It's a mistake to use this at Temple Mount when hundreds of people are present. The sources added that it would have been preferable to allow police forces to enter the Temple Mount Plaza to disperse rioters rather than using tear gas grenades. However, the police argued that some 20,000 people were at the Temple Mount when the grenades were used and that allowing in forces could have resulted in an escalation of the situation. The police added that the grenades were fired after the crowds tried to approach the checkpoint and encourage incitement. So there's the argument there. Isn't it excessive use of force per se? I guess it makes me think, one, people always say it's going to be a recreational person doing stuff like this usually, whereas in most cases from what I read, it is officials using, like say, I don't know, quote, drones in these ways. At the same time, I guess, is it an excessive use of force? Because interestingly enough, drones would make it more convenient in many ways. And does that convenience make people lazier, saying, oh, I could use this, so I'm going to? Kind of makes you wonder in that case. And this was kind of interesting, I thought. I've seen drone interception devices where they literally, I guess, fire something up to go after the drone. In this case, I guess this drone, the blades of it would actually detach as a net to stop other drones by the looks of it. It says drone interceptor with a net gun. You can see it too, it looks kind of cool. It says the drone interceptor is designed to catch light UAVs. High power to weight ratio is a competitive advantage of this concept. It allows the drone to fly fast. Before an attack, the target can be circumflown from identification. Drone rotors are used to spread the net. High energy rotors allow the use of a larger net. At the moment of attack, the rotors accelerate and detach from the frame. At the same time, the net fastening straps are released. The Kevlar net blocks the target's rotors and disrupts the glider control. After an attack, the interceptor descends using a parachute and emits a sound signal. At first I thought, if you're gonna lose the rotors and all that, then the drone's gone too, right? And I guess this is a way to try to, salvage it, or at the same time, there's always the concern, people would say you could take the quote drone down with an item, then what happens if everything else falls out of the air? I guess this at least tries to mitigate that aspect, not the one that you're taking down, I suppose. And it says the interceptor can be reused. The interceptor does not contain any prohibited components. Racing drone components were used. The interceptor is launched from the container. Several containers with interceptors can be placed on a patrol car. A racing pilot can single-handedly operate the complex. Makes me wonder in this case if it's more of a thing where someone tried it as a hobby, say, hey, it works, and then went from there. Kind of shows you too, again, that's where innovation and stuff usually comes from, right? Just people, I guess, goofing around, so to speak, having fun, and there you are. Someone invents something that can be used afterwards in a more mainstream application of sort. Alright, see you guys later.